Let's learn about circles. A circle is defined as all the points in a plane that are the same distance from a point called the center. So if the center of the circle is B, then we have all of those points that are the same distance from this center to make up a circle. So I just sketched a circle there, and then so that's that center B. So this would be something like 5 units. So this is 5 units. This here, this distance is also 5 units away. To the edge of the circle over there is also 5 units. Also 5 units. It's all these points that are here. Point, an infinite amount of points in that plane that are the same distance from that point called the center. Here's another definition. This is for a radius. It's a line segment that joins a point on the circle with the center. So the center of this circle is point A. A point on the circle is point B. So line segment AB is a radius of the circle. In fact, there is more than one radius. There's an infinite amount of radii. So if this point was C, line segment AC or line segment CA, it's the same line segment, is also a radius, just as line segment AR would also be a radius of the circle. It's a line segment that joins a point that is on the circle, like point R, point B, or point C, with the center, and in this case the center of the circle is point A. Alright, here is another picture. And then so line segment QB is a radius, as from before, of this circle, because Q is the center of the circle. Another definition for you is a diameter, any line segment that passes through the center of a circle and has endpoints on the circle. So this is a line segment here, line segment DF. You do not call this line segment DQF, so that is a common mistake of students, is that they try to identify that line segment as line segment DQF. You only identify a line segment by the endpoints, and the endpoints D and F are both on the circle. So line segment DF is a diameter. In fact, there are two other radii of the circle, line segment QD and line segment QF are also both radii, which is the plural of radius. But line segment DF is a diameter. Not only are the endpoints on the circle, but that passes through the center. So don't get confused, because for instance this right here, since it does not pass through the center of the circle, would actually have a different name. It would be called a chord. It is not a diameter. Okay, it's your turn. Go ahead and copy down the figure. Write down the word diameter, write down the word radius, and I want you to identify all those line segments that are either diameters or radii, which would be radiuses. Line segment DE, for instance, and then you have to identify it either as a diameter or radius, or there's another word that I gave you from before, if you remember what that word was. Pause that video and solve this problem. Okay, line segment OB. If you said line segment BO, that is fine as well. Line segment AO, also line segment OA, that's the same line segment. So you only have to identify two of those. There's one more, line segment OC is also a radius. So I've identified all the radii of the circle. The diameter that is shown there is line segment AB. Line segment BA would have been appropriate as well. You'll notice that the line segment here is actually 2 radii, and then so that is a relationship where the diameter is always going to be twice the length of the radius of a circle. This thing m, which is this distance right here, is called an arc. It's another thing. And then all the way around the circle, another word that is often talked about when you're talking about circles, is called the circumference of the circle. And that's all the way around, that distance around the circle. Okay, let's go ahead and review. Go ahead and look at line segment AE, A being the center of the circle. Line segment AE is a what? Is a what? It's a radius. Look at line segment GA. What is that? It too is a radius. One of the endpoints is on the circle, and the other endpoint is the center of the circle. Line segment CD, what is that called? It's called a chord. Out of the final two, which is the diameter? Out of the final 2 line segments that I've written on the screen, which is the diameter? Point at it. Line segment BG, we could have also called that line segment GB, is a diameter. What's the relationship in between a radius and a diameter? Did you say a radius is half the length of the diameter? Or did you say that the diameter is twice the length of a radius? Always remember that that center, it has to have that center as one of the endpoints if it's a radius. And it has to pass through there if it is a diameter. That center is very important. That's all you need to know about circles. For now, at least.